Start with your punch and just make sure that you don't have any high spots so that the race will settle down nicely. When they drill the holes, it usually raises up a tiny lip, and that's what I'm making sure it's not staying raised up when we press that race. The race would probably compress it, but I just rather do it. Get yourself some acetone and clean it real well so that the Loctite will set and it won't let the race spin. You only want to use 1 drop of Loctite. Too much Loctite actually won't work. I like to do it a couple times so that you get some of the oil residue off the first time, and then the last time you get it nice and clean. Put this baby in hot water. While you're warming that up, you get your races ready. Again, you're going to want to do them twice just for the heck of it. Doesn't take that long. And when we take that retainer out of the water, I like to dry most of it off with a paper towel before I go ahead and blow dry, because as you're blow drying, it's actually going to cool down that retainer.
Get that little puppy out.
Just 1 drop, smear it around where the race is going to seat, or the wall area of the race for the retainer. 1 more drop. Put her on the race. Again, make sure everything's centered. The first part goes down easy because the seal diameter is slightly larger than the bearing race OD. Usually I spin her about 180, center everything up, put some good pressure back on it just to make sure everything's seated. And you want to keep on working so that you don't let this retainer cool down. We do here, because we are always putting together retainers, is we have our preload spacers ground in increments of 1/1000. It's a heck of a lot easier just to grab another preload spacer than it is to go over and try and double disc grind one or something. And we start normally in thickness of 583 all the way to a 599. Most of our retainers stay in a 584 to 86, sometimes 88 range. I mean, we try to keep them as consistent as possible, but you're talking about races, everything else. We use a dummy pinion. This is just a tool anymore. We will start with a 586 on this one. Oh wow, that might be a little too tight. It's awful close. I like 15 to 17 and a half inch pounds. And that one is definitely a little too tight. Yeah, we're still a little tight. This one should put us where we need to be. Okie dokie. And it's going to be hard to read in the camera, but we're at about, it bounces up to 22, but it's mostly around a 17. And we're looking for 15 to 17 and a half inch pounds. Always nice to make sure. So and that preload spacer goes with this retainer.